This is Generation Stadia, giving you that daily dose of everything and anything Stadia related, and I'm here to give you my first impressions on Darksiders Genesis. So before I begin, I do want to point out that these are just my quick thoughts after spending about 4 hours with the game. Expect a more in-depth review once I complete it, and all the gameplay here has been captured from the Stadia version. Anyways, let's get right to it. To put it simply, this game is really good. Like I just said, I'm about 4 hours in, but I'm loving it so far. It's not exactly what I was expecting, and I'll expand on that in just a second, but if you're a fan of the Darksiders franchise, you'll feel right at home. Seriously, this game has everything you would come to expect from the series, such as the fluid combat, platforming, and even puzzle solving. Now, if you find yourself expecting a Diablo-style loot-based RPG, then you might feel slightly disappointed. But it's super important to note that the game isn't trying to be Diablo, it's trying to be Darksiders, and as such completely nails in doing exactly what it's set out to do. This is legitimately the classic Darksiders formula, but from a different perspective, and honestly I have to applaud at how well they transferred it all over. The story so far seems interesting enough, and you'll see a cast of characters from previous entries in the franchise. The voice actor behind Strife also does an excellent job at bringing that character to life. He quickly reminded me of Cade from Destiny. Partnering him up with his brother War, who has the complete opposite personality, leads to some great back and forth dialogue between the two. I must also say, visually speaking, the game looks great. Not only that, but the map design for each mission is well thought out and has lots of hidden areas for you to uncover. I can easily see myself going back to older areas just to collect everything there is to be found. Now let's talk about things you should know. The game allows you to play single player or bring along a buddy for local or online co-op, but there is no matchmaking feature, so you must know the other player. Multiplayer features a built-in system for quick drop-in and drop-out play, and if you find yourself playing single player, then you'll be switching between both characters. Each one is needed for different puzzle-solving problems, as well as featuring their own strengths and weaknesses when it comes to combat. The overall mission structure is pretty straightforward. You can go back and play those missions once you complete them, so if you missed out on something, don't worry, you can always go back. Overall, my first impressions are pretty positive. There's not much to dislike about the game so far. I did see one bug where the character fell through the geometry of the map, but other than that, nothing else. As for my experience on Stadia, it's been great. The game itself feels very responsive and the graphics look fantastic. I did run into one issue where the controller randomly disconnected, but I don't think that actually has anything to do with the game itself. Rather, the controller probably just lost connection to the Stadia instance. Anyways, it's about time I hop back into the game and beat it, so stay tuned to the channel for a more detailed review. We'll see if my opinion on the game changes the further I get into it, but so far so good. And if you haven't seen it already, be sure to check out the guilt review I did in the annotation above. Now, if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful at all, be sure to hit that like button as it really does help the channel out, and if you're wanting more content like this, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell as well. As for today's end of video message, I'm gonna keep it short and simple. If you have any questions about the game Darksiders Genesis, be sure to leave them in the comments section below. I promise you that I'll respond to every single question, and I'll try and do my best to answering them to the best of my ability. I know quite a few of you within the Gen S community are actually pretty interested in the game but aren't sure it's worth the asking price just yet. So if you have any lingering questions about how the game works or how it plays, do let me know and I'll be sure to help you out. Anyways, thank you for watching. This has been Generation Stadia, giving you that daily dose of everything and anything Stadia related. The Gen S community is over 2,900 strong and growing by the day, and until next time, I'll catch you in the clouds.